And we are recording. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and erase this little note. That was for some Monday kiddos. Let's just review our world class outcome. We are analyzing the relationship between multiple causes and effects to formulate a prediction of possible outcomes. So today we are using that world class outcome to look at different forms of transportation and the causes and effects that they would have on the environment. Give me a happy face or a thumbs up if that makes sense into the chat. So we are using, okay, good, transportation methods to analyze cause and effects that it would have on the environment. Perfect. All right. So basically, what you had to do was you had to pick your favorite place to go and visit in your local community. So maybe your favorite rec center or whatever it was that appeals to students who are your age. So, lots of different cool ideas that I saw. And then you had to make a brochure and tell people how they were going to travel to get there. Um, we also used Google Maps to figure out the route. So the route by walking, the route by biking, or possibly carpooling. And we chose the best method of transportation. And we're going to talk about why you chose what you chose and what makes it the best. And throughout each presentation, I'm going to have some questions for you to get you thinking maybe a little deeper about why you chose it and so forth. And that's okay. If you made it up, that's fine. Not a big deal. All right. Okay. So your outing is what it was, had to begin after 7 a.m. and end by 10 p.m. It had to be a pretty cheap activity. It couldn't be like really expensive. So I also made a video for you. I was sick when I made the video, so I'm sorry if I was coughing, but a video on how to use Google templates. And so a lot of you used a Google template to show us a brochure. Some of you didn't, and that's fine too, because you chose a different way to show your work. All right, the questions that you had to answer were obviously the location, why you chose it, and then the modes of travel and how long it would take to get there. Then here's what I really wanted you to think about. If I were to rate your mode of transportation with environmentally friendliness in mind on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I give it? Would I give it a 1? Is it terrible? Or would I give it a 10? Is it the most clean way to get anywhere in the world? And then you had to summarize your trip. So are there any questions before we get started? Okay, all right. Well, let's see here. Tristan, you are actually up first. So I'm going to mute everybody except for Tristan. Okay, try to talk, Tristan. Turn up your microphone. Maybe. No. That's okay. Looks like Tristan's microphone for some reason. Let's go back to you, Tristan, and we'll kind of keep troubleshooting. You know what I did? I don't know. Can you see up here at the very top right-hand corner of my screen, this button that I'm clicking on? Does everybody see that? Okay. That button sometimes, for whatever reason, gets turned off. See how it goes down to nothing and then it goes back up? Maybe you can try looking at that. And we'll come back to yours, Tristan. We'll do yours last while we work on troubleshooting, okay? Let's move to Adam. Adam, is your microphone on?
Now it is.
Okay, perfect. And we are looking at Adam's. So tell us about your travel brochure.
Okay, well, my travel brochure at the rec center. It's open 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. There's a lot of very fun activities you can do there. So, if you will, can I read it?
Absolutely. I'm just kind of scrolling so everyone can see.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The rec center's location is 555 North 11th Avenue, Brighton, Colorado 80601. Hi, my name is Adam Sodick. I'm going to show you a great, big, fun place that is called the Rec Center. I will show you what we can do here, the cost per person, and our greenest way of transportation, bike or car.
Okay.
Here are the directions and how to get to the Rec Center. People will meet up at my house.
Okay, well, we can see that.
Location because it has so many outdoor and indoor activities. Indoors has a swimming pool. If you don't know how to swim, then no problem. You can sign up for swimming lessons. They have the best instructors, and the gym is an excellent place to run. Use their equipment like the stationary bike, the treadmill, weights. They even have instructors if you want to do yoga, aerobics, or Zumba. They even have a daycare where you could drop off your kids.
Woohoo!
If you are a resident then the price to go is a lot cheaper, meaning if you live in Brighton. The outdoors is even better. They have a huge area of land to play. Run, play volleyball in, badminton, basketball, skateboarding, kite flying, soccer courts, and many other activities. You can even go fishing in the pond, jogging. There is also a pool called the Brighton Oasis that is connected to the rec center.
Wow. Okay, keep scrolling. I was just kind of going slow so everyone can see.
And there's the Oasis.
Woohoo!
The cost for each person resident is $3.70. Non-resident is $10.70. Riding my bike will take 15 minutes. Walking to the rec center will take half an hour. And a car would take about 9 minutes. On a pollution scale of 1 being the most polluted and 10 being the most cleanest, riding a bike and walking would be a wiser choice, as you would get your vitamin D as you are walking or riding your bike, and they would both score 10 because they don't use any gas, and it's a great way to exercise and get sun. Use sunscreen, take a water bottle, stay hydrated, and have fun. In 2 sentences, the rec center is my choice. It's affordable, greener by walking or riding your bike, and staying fit. Thank you, by Adam Sodick.
That was wonderful, Adam. And this was the really important part. Like you showed us a ton of really cool things that you can do at the rec center. You definitely hit that, pretty cheap, affordable type of attraction. But then this was really cool to look at. You can ride your bike, which is reasonable. It would take 15 minutes. But then yesterday, Adam, you and I kind of had a conversation about walking. Do you think it's really reasonable to walk?
Well, not really.
I mean, because if it takes half an hour and you're on some busy roads, there's really not like a paved path to get you there. So probably biking would be the smartest and greenest choice. And I mean, 15 minutes is not that bad. That's not that much worse than taking your car, which is 9 minutes. When you start talking about half an hour to like 45 minutes, that's kind of cutting into people's day a little bit. So I think, and tell me if you guys agree, that this would probably be the best choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. All right, excellent job, Adam. This was great.
Thank you.
And I like how you use the Google template. Yay!
Yay.
All right.
Alright, I'm just going to turn it off.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go to Caro. So, Carolyn, make sure you turn on your microphone. Okay, and let me make it a little bigger for everyone. And go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. So mine is clean and green ways to get to fun and interesting places in your community.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I'm going to be talking, well, this is the route to Elitch Gardens.
Okay. So from your house to Elidge's, all right.
Yes. And I really don't know how long that will take, but in probably an hour
Okay.
to drive. I kind of made up my own price.
Okay. So you're thinking maybe how much it would cost you in gas or bus fare or
Yeah.
okay.
And so this will happen at 8:30 a.m. through 8:30 p.m.
Mhm.
and we will meet at my house.
Okay.
So you can travel through bus, subway, you can bike, or walk, which will take you a very long time.
Yeah.
And using these transportation will help reduce pollution. If you walk, you will get lots of exercise. And in Elitch's, you will get lots of exercise because you will walk. There are tons of fun rides to ride there. There are fun stuff like Elitch's, Water World, and so on. And they don't cost that much. And for Elitch's, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate it an 8 because it is pretty clean, but people kind of still pollute there a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's go back up to your modes of transportation. So here in Denver, we actually don't have a subway system, so we have the light rail system. But
That's what I meant.
Oh, the light rail. Okay, perfect. And the light rail actually has a stop that goes, over there downtown to Elidge's. So that would be a really good green method to use. Anything like a bus or a light rail that's going to have a lot of people using it at one time is definitely going to be better than driving your car. I'm going to go ahead and just delete walking or biking because to get to Elidge's, let's scroll back up and take a look at these big roads that you're going to be on. I don't know if everybody's 100% familiar with these roads, but looking at 225 and I-25, those are really busy roads. And you're going to be not safe if you're going to walk or try to ride your bike on those particular roads. So the only options would be to take a bus or to use the light rail system. But overall, very good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Carolyn?
This is Bruns. Can you hear me?
I can. That's Tristan.
Yay! It's fixed!
Yay! Good. I'm so glad. Well, perfect timing, Tristan, because we can go back up to yours.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mine might not be in depth as the others. It's been such a crazy week. I'm so sorry.
It has been a crazy week for all of us. And it was a full moon yesterday, and I'm telling you, man, that just makes people wacky. So anyway.
Okay. So in my travel brochure, I'll be talking about a store in Delta, which is a smaller town. And this store is called Clubs, and it's a local store, so it's only in Delta. There's only one of it.
Right.
And I would go on a trip to there because it's fun for all ages. You'll see people of all kinds of ages there because there are toys, there are crafts, fabrics, decorations, costumes, and all sorts of just games and fun stuff. So it's a really cool store, and it's pretty big. It's like the size of a Walmart or something.
Wow.
And so I chose to walk or ride a bike, of course. We always walk down. That's the nice part of living in a small town. Simon and I can walk to wherever we want to. Like, everything is in walking distance of only like 5 minutes. So, and it's really eco-friendly. Like, before we moved here, we lived in the country, and, well, not really in the country, but we were pretty far away from town. So we would always have to drive. You couldn't walk. But now we can just walk everywhere, and we hardly ever use a car anymore. And even there aren't any buses in Delta. It's really small for that. I mean, there are school buses, but no, like, travel buses, you know. And a car pollutes too much, and it's also costly, and it's definitely not necessary because you can easily walk without a problem. Plus, you get some nice fresh air and some exercise. And so my travel plan would be to start at 8:45 and arrive at 9 o'clock. And then we could stay at the store for half an hour and then leave at 9:30 and arrive home at 9:45. And on a scale from 1 to 10, I think this trip is totally a 10 because you're just going there, you're walking, you're not making any pollution at all.
Absolutely.
I thought if I ever had to recommend something that people should do to stop pollution, I think maybe people should have it so that cities are more close together, everything. So things are in the same place. Like with a big city like Denver, you have to drive to go anywhere, and it's a really far drive. But I think if we just had more smaller towns or more compact towns, then we wouldn't have as much pollution at all because you could just walk everywhere, and cars would not exist anymore, basically.
Oh, that's awesome. You're a little future city developer, aren't you? Like it. And talking about a global scale, just two big cities that came to mind while you were talking about that are Los Angeles and New York. New York has a fabulous subway system. You can take the subway and get just about anywhere you want in New York, and then you get off and you can walk to your location. In Los Angeles, however, their public transportation is terrible, and you basically have to drive to get anywhere at all. So two very different cities that were planned in different ways, and one is obviously much more green, I guess you would say, even though you don't think of New York City as green. But
no, not really. But yeah, subway is another solution, or just in bigger cities you can just have because probably in bigger cities it's just too far to walk. Like even if you did compact everything, you would still have like really big buses, like not too many. And then I think cars aren't really necessary if you can just walk, bike, or if it's too far, you can just take a bus and go. And then those carry like 30 people.
Exactly. And here in Denver, we're trying to, beef up our light rail system a little bit, but we're light years, light rail, behind other cities as far as public transportation. But overall, Tristan, this was a really good choice. Because you're able to walk in a small town, I would definitely give this a 10. So good work.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. These are so fun to look at. All right, now we have Grace Schroeder. Okay, and oh yes, it's bringing up my email because I had hers in email form. Okay, and yes, Victoria, you can definitely be next. So Grace, yours has kind of light writing in it. Oh, whoops, I zoomed out. So let me zoom in a couple times while you turn on your microphone, so it's easier for people to see. Okay, whenever you're ready. Grace, are you there? Oh, she might have stepped away for a second. Let's move to Victoria. So Victoria, go ahead and turn on your microphone, and while we wait for Grace, Victoria is going to hold hers up to The screen? Oh, I know Grace Elizabeth, but we have two Graces, by the way. But anyway, okay, Victoria, go ahead and tell us your location and go for it.
All right. So this is my location. It is Civic Green Park and Highlands Ranch Library.
Yay, I love that place.
Right here I have a map of the place. And yeah, and then here's my writing. I'll just read it to you. Hello, my name is Victoria Churches, and I will be your guide to Civic Green. I think this is a great place because they have a friendly park, a library where they also have story time, and a water park area for all aged kids. I chose this place because it has so many fun, friendly things to do. Our choices to get to Civic Green are biking, walking, scooter, driving, or RTD call and ride. Although I recommend a bike because it is a friendly, non-polluting, fast way to get to Civic Green. We will leave at 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. I will take 20 minutes to get there. Well, it will take 20 minutes to get there and 20 minutes to leave and get home safely. The cost is 0. I rate myself from a scale of 1 to 10, a 10, because it is safe, clean, does not pollute the air, conserves energy, and most of all, it is a blast.
Oh, I love it. Do you have any pictures to show us or
Well, I had the map, but I didn't really have time to do pictures.
Oh, that's okay, totally. And I have been to Civic Green Park before. I used to live in Highlands Ranch. It's an awesome place. And definitely from where Victoria lives, biking is certainly an option because there's a lot of really good bike lanes in Highlands Ranch. A lot of people are bikers. So that is a very green mode of transportation.
Thank you.
Right. I love Civic Green. Let me see if Grace wrote her. She might have had to step out. So let me just share hers. You're looking at it on the screen, this kind of purple and teal thing. It's called the Canterbury Crossing Recreation Center, and the cost is pretty cheap. There again, only $2. And she chose the place because it's fun for all ages, and there's a pool and a good area to relax. So walking uses no pollution, so it's environmentally friendly. And it looks like she lives about 800 to 700 feet away, so it would be 7 minutes to walk there. So kind of like Tristan, it's close by, easy to get to, and it would just make no sense at all, as long as the weather is, decent to drive a car. So walking is definitely a good option. All right. Yay! All right, now Grace Elizabeth. Grace Elizabeth chose to do a pictochart. It totally exists. Here, let me find it in my email. So Grace Elizabeth, while you are turning on your microphone, I'm going to find yours. Okay? Pictochart. Okay. Here it is. I just saw it yesterday. Grace Elizabeth, are you there? Oh, I think this was your one from last time. I'm going to come back to yours, Grace Elizabeth, and you sent the wrong one. Oh, okay. If you have a couple minutes, try to send me your new link, okay? And we'll move on to the next person while we wait for your new link. How about Emma? All right, Emma, take it away.
Emma Travel brochure.
Beautiful. Okay.
Travel brochure from my house to the recreation center. The recreation center is a
is super fun and exciting because you can swim, play basketball, volleyball, and racquetball. You can also go to the workout center and steam room, and you can take dance classes. There are lots of activities that go on all the time. The address is 701 5th Street. It takes 19 minutes to ride a bike from my house to the recreation center. It takes 1 hour and 10 minutes to walk from my house to the recreation center. It takes 9 minutes to drive from my house to the recreation center.
Okay, so let's just stop here for a second. So 19 minutes to ride your bike, 10 minutes to walk, and that's
An hour.
an hour and 10 minutes. Ha ha, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, an hour and 10 minutes or 9 minutes to drive. Which one is the most reasonable?
I personally think the bike,
Mhm.
because one, it conserves energy and it does not pollute the air, but it doesn't take super long. It's actually a pretty reasonable way to ride your bike.
Yes, 20 minutes.
If you scroll down, I have a map
Yes.
that shows from my house to, so my house is right where that big dot is, up at the top.
Uh-huh.
And then where the red thing is the rec center.
Right. And yes, you were just explaining to us that, it only takes a little bit longer than driving a car, which is obviously,
Yeah.
polluting the air. 20 minutes is about probably the maximum for like exercising to get to a place where you're going to exercise more. But it's definitely probably the best option because walking for an hour and 10 minutes, I don't know about 13th Avenue and if it's a very busy street or not, but I could just tell you that walking for an hour and 10 minutes is just not going to happen.
I actually live in a pretty small town, and it's a pretty, most of the roads aren't very busy.
Okay,
There's
well,
2 roads by my grandpa's house that are super busy, but those are like the only ones.
yeah, so, I guess worst case scenario, you could walk, but probably biking would be the best. So let's see, yep, that's everything on that one. Emma, great job on this. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
And I don't know if, I didn't put a time because I didn't know when people would want to start it. I mean, if somebody wants to start 10 a.m. or if they want to start 5 p.m.,
Right, yeah.
they could.
Centers are open for a long period of time, so that's totally
Yeah.
to leave that up to the people.
So I just put it would probably start after lunch and end before dinner.
Yeah.
And I tried looking up at last minute because I forgot to find the cost for that, but I couldn't find anything.
Well, kind of like Adams Rec Center, if you live in the area, they're pretty cheap to get into. So
Yeah.
if they cost anything at all. The ones in Highlands Ranch, if you live in Highlands Ranch, you don't pay to go use them at all. So very cool. All right, thank you, Emma. All right, it's time for Sophia. So we'll let Sophia turn on her microphone. Okay, Sophia, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Go, Go, Travel. Travel Brochure by Sophia Raskus.
Okay.
The location I chose is Elk Ridge Park. This is a fabulous park and has lots of room and playground equipment for kids to play with. For example, slides, a really fast spin set, and monkey bars. There is also a big soccer field nearby. Also a sound set and a climbing wall. Some travel modes you can use to get there is by walking, driving, using a scooter, bicycle, or skateboard. The travel mode that is best for the environment is walking because walking doesn't create pollution and good exercise. Walking distance from my house to the park is 29 minutes. The best travel mode to balance environmental time and cost considerations is by bicycling, using a skateboard, or by riding a scooter for several reasons. First, bicycles, skateboards, and scooters are not motorized, so they do not pollute. Second, using bicycle, scooter, or skateboard makes you move faster than walking, so it saves you time. Last, bicycle, scooter, or skateboard do not require gas, so they do not cost you money, only the cost of the bicycle, of course. To get there is by bicycle. It takes 12 minutes.
Perfect. Very good.
If you drive, it will take 4 minutes. The total cost per person to get to the park by walking, bicycle, or scooter is free. There is also no entry fee to the park. In a scale of 1 to 10, the trip to the park is 10 on an environmental scale because you can use bicycle, skateboard, scooter, or even walk to the park, and it is a very fun place to be.
Very good. And obviously, when you're there at the park, it's a very environmentally friendly place as well. All right. This was really good. Thank you. I don't have any questions. Does anybody else? You hit all of them, so good job. All right. So Grace Elizabeth just sent it to me, the new one, in my email. Did you send it? Or maybe. Okay. Well, we have Sierra's, or is this Brianna's? Either way, you can go ahead and turn on your microphone and tell us what we're looking at. Pilcher Girls, are you there with us still? Sierra? I see you, but your microphone is off. So, oh, there you go.
Hi.
Hi.
This is actually Brianna's, so I'm gonna get her.
Oh, okay, yes. And I saw yours in the email as well. So,
She had to go get something for a minute.
okay, well, let me bring up yours while we wait for Brianna, and I'll just leave it. Okay, and then there's Grace Elizabeth's.
Okay.
Here's yours. Okay. This is why I like it when you guys send them to me ahead of time, because then I have them already linked.
For some reason, Google Docs are working this morning.
Okay, well, it's working now, so take it away.
My computer is being weird. Okay. No. It's not working.
Okay, well, we have it up on the screen for you. It says destination.
I just want to go into the tab. It's not letting me go into the GoToMeeting tab.
Oh.
Okay, I think I got it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so my destination is the YMCA, which is just down the street from here. And from 3500 Redwood Highway to the YMCA, 1000 Redwood Highway, you can click on that, and it's a link to Google Docs.
Okay.
I mean Google Maps.
Gotcha. And there we go. Yep. So we're looking at it right now. It looks like biking is about 13 minutes. There's two different biking routes, 13 minutes or 18 minutes. Very good. Let's click on this little walker guy and see if you can walk there.
Walking takes like half an hour.
Okay. That makes sense. It would double it. But okay.
Where is it?
Well, it's spinning. It's taking a while. Hold on. Okay, there's that guy again. Here's walking on the bottom. So actually walking looks like there's 3 different routes, 51, 57, or 58 minutes. I don't know if I would choose walking, but go ahead. You tell us what you did.
Well, I did biking actually.
Good.
So riding a bike is a really good way to go a short distance because it has no pollution, it's fast, and it's really, really fun. And it would only take half an hour round trip, which is 15 minutes there and 15 minutes back. The cost is $0 unless you count the bike, but for me the bike would be $0 because of Project Recycle, which is amazing.
Yeah, so you get a bike from that.
And so it's really good environmentally because it releases no pollution, and my bike was actually recycled, so it didn't take any pollution to make my bike. It was recycled from like a ton of other bikes, but and so I would rate it a 10.
I would agree. What would you do at the YMCA? Why did you choose it?
Because they have a really, really cool swimming pool at this one. It's really, really big, and the weird thing is, I'm just saying this because it's weird. They use salt instead of chlorine. Brianna, really? What are you doing?
Got some sibling rivalry going on here in the background.
She thinks it's okay to make breakfast.
Yeah, I probably would stop making breakfast so that you can pay attention. Because you're up next, Brianna. So, all right. Well, good job, Sierra. I like it. I like your choice.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Brianna, we're here.
Hello.
Hi.
I did the YMCA too because there's really only one recreation center around here.
No. Shut up.
Where YMCA 1000 Redwood Avenue, well, it's Redwood Highway, but I messed it up. Grants Pass, Oregon, and then there's that. How you could do bike paths, sidewalks, and eco-friendly cars. Why? Bike paths because biking is better for the environment, but faster than walking. Sidewalks, because walking doesn't pollute the earth like cars. And cars, because if you somehow find a car that doesn't spread pollution or use oil, electric cars are better for the environment.
Definitely. Or hybrid cars even. Or carpooling is also a good option. That means putting, more than one family in one car to go to a place.
Yeah. Bicycles, a 9 because they are eco-efficient and a bit faster. Walking, 10 because walking doesn't create pollution and is a good exercise. For the car, rate 5. I rated 5 because it's faster, although it causes pollution.
Mm-hmm.
And then some YMCA facts. There's a swimming pool, gym, rock wall, archery, yoga classes, silent language, football, baseball, birthday parties, game rooms, dance lessons, and a volleyball team.
Well, very nice. And then I like this too. I don't think walking would be reasonable because if you're taking an hour to walk there, it's probably a little much. But I do like that you chose the biking as well. I can see that on the bottom of the screen for 13 to 18 minutes. That is reasonable.
Please roll it down.
Uh-huh. Oh, there we go. Yep. I like
that. I did a diagram for how much each time would do. If you can see that the description, as if you wanted to, you can see that that biking is faster than walking because if you walked, it would take about an hour, and if you drove, then it would be fine. It would be about 10 minutes. But biking is 3 minutes to 8 minutes. It depends on what road you take, better than driving.
Right.
A little bit driving.
Yeah, looking at the time difference, it's really not that much different to just bike instead of driving your car. Very good. All right, and you're definitely helping the ecosystem. So great job, Brianna. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grace Elizabeth, turn on your microphone and we will look at your project. And you are the last one.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I
Oh, there
can.
we go.
Here is your project. Cool. The Castle Rock. You have a zoo in Castle Rock?
Well, no, I kind of made it up. I don't know. It was originally supposed to say Denver. I don't know why it says Castle Rock.
Okay, Denver Zoo. Gotcha. All right.
And I kind of made it up because I couldn't actually find the actual Denver Zoo, even though I know there is one and I've been there.
All right.
Oh, I guess maybe they got it down. I don't know. I couldn't find it.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your project and why you chose the zoo and how you would get there.
I chose the zoo because it seems fun. You can look at different animals without actually having to go to the state where they're at.
Right.
And you can learn things about them. I made it up. I have like a time schedule to where they're open. On Sundays, it doesn't have a lot of time because it's kind of Sunday. You're not really supposed to work on that day.
Right. Okay.
So Sunday is 12 to 7. Monday is 8 to 5. Tuesday is 8 to 5. Wednesday is 9 to 6. Thursday is 8 to 6. Friday is 9 to 4. And Saturday is 9 to 7.
Okay. All right, Grace Elizabeth. Here's what I did for you while you were doing that. I actually paused the screen and I went to Google Maps and I found from Castle Rock to the Denver Zoo the route, basically. So, yeah, no, it's okay. Obviously, car is an option, and it actually takes a pretty long time to get there by car. It's really not all that close. Let's talk about busing, if there's a bus route. Doesn't look like there's one coming up. Let's see about walking. Wow, if we walked to the Denver Zoo, it would take us 10 hours and 25 minutes. Probably not good. Let's look at bicycle.
Might want to leave at dawn to get there.
Yeah, no, that would be terrible. Now, you can see by taking a bike to the zoo from Castle Rock, it would be 3 hours and 30 minutes. And that's probably not reasonable either. So
that's why I chose a car because, or you could do a carpool.
Yes, that would be in your situation for the place you chose. The most economical, most environmentally friendly would be the carpool. So getting a couple families together and just having one car on the road. In this situation, it doesn't look like you have any other options. So
yeah.
All right.
Really, I don't know why it didn't work for me. Plus, I think on like Monday or Tuesday, I guess the school internet went down, or ours did, but it didn't work for my computer. I had to wait like 3 hours just to get on there, back on there.
Oh, super annoying. I hate it when that doesn't work.
I had to like wait to do my math lesson and everything.
All right, guys. You did good. I would just want to thank you for a really great VC. I'm trying to get the cat to come over here and show you a different costume. I'll get him up here in a second. I do not have an assignment for you for next time because next week I'm going to be going over something called a web quest. So I'm going to be putting you in groups. I think. Let me just double check my calendar. Either that or I will send out your assignment. But I'm about 99% sure that next week we're going to be going over your WebQuest assignment. And you might have seen in announcements that the kids who come to Monday in person are going to be doing a science fair. Well, this is about as close to a science fair as we can get virtually. So, hold on just 1 second. I'm pulling up the calendar just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I've got so many things going on. Okay. And it's going slow because I have a lot of things open right now.
So what is a web quest, Mrs. Bruns?
A web quest will be, well, here, let me just kind of walk you through it. Let me scroll down. Basically, it's a research project, but a little bit more fun. You get to pretend to be part of a green team. Okay, yes. Here we go. So I'll just walk you through it, and basically it's going to take you through a couple different weeks. Like part 1, you're going to be completing next week. You're going to be watching videos on what is pollution, etc. And then week 2, you're going to come back. You have a few more videos to watch, and then you start like filling in your responses, working with a team. And then, so you have 3 things to do on part 1, or week 1. Then, when I put you in groups, one of you will be the Green Gang artist, one of you will be the text master, and one of you will be the manager. So you're going to be doing a project in a group of 3 kiddos. So I'll walk you through this next week. You can see it's kind of long. So that's why I didn't schedule anything, because I'm going to be there to answer questions about it and just make sure that you know who your partners are, etc. Does that make sense? Yay! It's kind of like Moon Bars and Beyond, for those of you who remember that. All right, I'm going to get this cat up here because he is wearing his Joker costume now. He's a he's a Halloween Joker. But you guys are free to go. And thank you again for coming today, and I will see you next week. Have a safe Halloween.
Bye.
Bye everyone.